Ito ang Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang naiba at kakaibang plataporma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Streamcast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mami, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello. Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. Magandang umaga. It's Tuesday, July 13 na po. Tuesday na naman. And thank you for those who are already nakatutok po. Good morning sa inyo. Of course, hindi ko na naman po nakikita yung pangalan niyo, but good morning. Whoever is joining me this morning dito sa ating programang Buhay Online, welcome po to the show. And if you notice po, bago ho ang logo namin ng Broad Streamcast Communicators. Actually, yung iba pa yan. Maraming salamat, Charlie, for your creative expertise ng aming bagong logo. Thank you. Welcome to the show, ang ating mga kaibigan. I don't see your names, but I can only imagine. Of course, nandiyan si Tita Agnes Lakap. Good morning, welcome to the show. Si Tita Pri Maniago, ang Maniago family, sila JM, nandiyan si Mitch. Hello din sa inyo, JJ. And of course, si Tita Agnes, saka si Dax, na lagi rin nakatutok tuwing araw-araw sa ating programa. Welcome to the show. We've been talking about distance learning and how we're coping with it, diba? Tungkol sa pag-aaral online because talaga namang ang daming concerns na nangyari. When in retrospect, when we think about it, when we review the past year, the year that was sa ating pag-aaral, ang daming naging problema, ang daming naging concerns na by now, more than a year after, we're all studying, ang ating mga estudyante ay nag-aaral pa rin remotely, whether it's online learning or yung modular, meron pa rin mga kinailangang ayusin at inaayos pa rin sa ngayon. So we've been talking about that. We've been getting emails and posts and messages regarding that, and that's what we've been talking about. Today naman, okay, tatalakayin naman natin yung online learning, of course, or e-learning for that matter. Kasi ano yung mga pwede nating gawin, okay, to make it more effective, right? Yesterday we started to talk about that. Kasi nga, no, the coronavirus pandemic definitely has changed almost every part of our lives, including, syempre, ang pag-aaral ng ating mga anak, right? Or the students' lives. Kasi nga, as of, there's more than 124,000 schools, have closed, or more than that. There's like thousands and thousands, millions of schools that have closed across our nation and across the world, sending millions of students home. Diba? Schools and teachers across the world are scrambling to provide online learning options for students. How can teachers who are used to teaching in a classroom provide an effective online learning environment for all their students? Ayan ang naging hurdle, di ba? Yun yung pag-transition from face-to-face learning na agad nating kinailangan i-migrate sa online na pinag-usapan natin masyadong soon na nung dineclare noong March 22 na isarado ang mga eskwela. hindi pa naman ready yung actually yung mga teachers, yung mga eskwelahan to do that. So, naging hilaw, nagkaroon ng mga problema, whether it was modular or yung online learning. Unang-una ng problema doon is yung connectivity. Sa Pilipinas, lalo na, of course, ang ating connections na hindi masyadong mabilis, hindi masyado, you have to pay more to have fast internet. And being online entails a lot of things nga, yung mga gadgets, yung mga cellphones. Of course, pinag-usapan natin kahapon yung mga naging donations, marami nagbigay ng mga cellphone, mga tablets, pero hindi sa lahat, right? Only certain places sa Pilipinas or at of course na yan ang pinoblema ng mga maraming nag-aaral. That's why more than 70 or 80% of the parents opted for modular learning, which is yung mga handouts, yung physical handouts na nagkaroon din ng problema kasi hindi enough yung pinrint last year. Tapos may mga mali pa sa material na of course by now dapat kinorek na at chinek. Pero nga, and now we're going to talk about online learning. How do you effectively, right, um, uh, di ba, practice this, okay? Para sa mga teachers, hindi naging madali. Lalo na yung mga old school na kailangan ng training para, okay, maging tech savvy, para gumawa ng mga presentation sa PowerPoint, para i-transfer yung curriculum, i-transfer yung mga lessons nila into graphics, into to PowerPoint, to make it interactive. Kasi nga yun pa pag online learning, kung hindi ka marunong mag-ayos ng materials mo, could be very boring para sa mga mag-aaral, right? So, how can you help your students, okay? It takes a lot of patience, flexibility, and creativity, okay? So, we started to give tips to help your students. Ito para sa mga teachers, okay? Para sa mga eskwelahan. These tips will help your students learn in these very unique times, okay? Itong mga panahon na to na ang online learning, the only way, or distance learning is the only way of educating our children right now because of this pandemic situation, okay? So I started to say, paano natin tutulungan, okay? Unang-una, help your students get online, right? The coronavirus pandemic has shown a spotlight on the inequalities many students face at home, di ba? Huwag nyo i-assume na lahat ng mga estudyante ay pwedeng mag-online on a consistent basis. Yun na nga ang problema. Hindi lahat may internet. Hindi lahat may gadgets, right? Lalo na sa third world countries, right? Fortunately, many internet companies and outside organizations have stepped up to try and provide more coverage para matuto yung mga estudyante. Hindi ko lang alam dito sa Pilipinas kung anong ginawang measures ng DepEd or ng gobyerno para iparating yung yung internet sa mga probinsya, sa mga less fortunate nating mag-aaral. Kasi nga, hindi ko alam kung nag-set up ng mga at least workstations na may social distancing or paano ba? Kasi ang nakita ko lang itong nakaraang taon, binigyan ng mga cellphone, binigyan ng mga tablets. Pero wala namang internet. Ang gamit lang ay data sa telepono, which is more often than not, nahihirapan kumuha ng signal ng mga bata. Ang hirap yata mag-aral sa maliit na cellphone, right? Tapos effectively listen to the lecture of the teacher. Di ba, pinakita natin dito, naghahanap ng signal ng mga estudyante, umaakyat sa bundok, umaakyat sa taas ng nicho sa sementeryo kasi may mas malakas ang signal doon. Yan ang mga naging hurdles. Okay? So, tulungan natin ang ating mga mag-aaral na gustong matuto naman through online na magkaroon ng capability, right? Like dito sa Pilipinas talaga, yung mga internet, wifi, yung data. That's why, di ba, binigyan pa nga ng ultimatum ng gobyerno ang mga providers like Globe Smart na para pabilisin ng internet, right? I mean, in fairness talaga, bumilis naman talaga. PLDT fiber has been doing pretty well. When I was in Manila, actually, it's faster and more efficient here sa Pampanga. Sorry to say talaga, I have less problems of my internet bogging down or namamatay as opposed to when I was in Manila. Siguro sa isang araw hindi mo pwedeng biglang mawala yung signal mo, right? And that's PLT fiber. I'm already paying expensive internet to have fast internet. Eh, hindi lahat meron ganyang capability. So, Kaya nga, most of our mag-aaral pa rin through modular, okay? Tapos, number 2, okay, na tip sa mga teachers or sa mga eskwelahan, learn your online platform. Most universities already offer online learning platforms, okay? Yung mga learning management systems. And many high schools to all over the world, middle schools and elementary schools are also adopting specific platforms for students and teachers to connect. Before you begin teaching online, familiarize yourself with the platform your district or your school offers. Review all the functionalities of the platform so you can make the most of it. Itong mga tip na to ay sinasabi ko para sa mga eskwelahan, para sa mga teachers that are gonna go online and teach their students. Yun na nga, kinailangan talaga ding maging bihasa, or the teachers had to be trained on these learning management systems or the platforms to use. Kasi before, di ba, Skype ang ginagamit. Skype ang mas simple. Pero marami nang nag-evolve na learning management systems or platforms. Ginagamit din ng Zoom, okay, for group meetings and discussions and learning, okay? Marami. Pero yun na nga, yung kaalaman sa paggamit noon ang naging kakulangan natin because hindi lahat ng teachers, especially yung mga old school teachers na hindi tech savvy o wala man ng laptop sa kanilang sa na pag-aari, kinailangan din nilang mag-undergo ng training para maging effective ang pagtuturo nila online, right? Or even this sa modular nga rin eh. Di ba yung mga sinabi natin, personalized, kinailangan ng mga teacher na pumunta sa mga bahay para i-monitor yung mga nag-aaral. Ito pa, ang pangatlo, recognize that your students have different levels of technological proficiency. Meaning, di ba, hindi mo dapat i-assume din na yun na nga, na tech savvy yung mga estudyante mo. Most of us assume that everyone in the younger generation is an online wizard or sanay sa cellphone, sanay sa internet, sanay mag-text. Pero hindi natin dapat i-assume yun, okay, bilang eskwela or bilang mga guro. Because feeling natin yung mga kabataan will adapt flawlessly to a remote learning situation. This is not true for every student, okay? Okay? It's been found out that roughly, like sa America, the FCC found out that roughly 19 million Americans do not have internet access. Sa Pilipinas din talaga, more than that, okay? Which mas marami ang walang internet access, which includes many low-income, tsaka homeless students. Kasi low-income students, tsaka yung mga iba pa nga talaga sa Amerika, mga homeless, okay? So, take care in setting up your home environment. Yun pa. Para sa mga nag-aaral online, or 'di ba? Ang importante rin doon is yung work setup mo eh. Ano ang setup mo para mag-aral mga anak mo? Kagaya ng pinakita natin before. Kunyari sa isang household, 5 nag-aaral, isa lang ang computer. Tapos iba-iba pang time schedule nila sa eskwela. Yan ang dapat inisip din ng DepEd or ng mga eskwelahan, paano sila mag-aaral ng sabay-sabay, isa lang ang computer nila. That's why yung iba blended learning nga. Yung iba modular learning, kung meron kang capability online, yun. Yung isa nag-aaral online, tapos yung isa modular. Pero you have to take care kung paano yung setup mo ng pag-aaral sa bahay, right? Kasi unang-una, yung online learning, kailangan nun meron kang dedicated lugar na quiet, di ba, na pwede mag-concentrate yung nag-aaral, right? So, that is a concern. Your workspace, your learning space, okay? Young minds get distracted easily, tandaan nyo yan, okay? So, don't start off on the wrong foot when preparing your home teaching environment, okay? Dapat kailangan maghanap ng isang quiet, secluded area sa iyong mga tahanan, especially if you are preparing recordings or videos or doing live presentations. Siyempre, yun na nga, hindi lahat naman ng nag-aaral may sariling kwarto yung mga anak, right? Yun na nga kaya nga, di ba, sinabi natin, nagkaroon tuloy ng digital divide or yung disparity ng merong nakakaangat sa hindi. Because yun na lang nga, yung studying environment, di ba? Hindi lahat may kwarto ng sarili. Or yun na nga, sa isang bahay na 1 bedroom lang, tapos 5 anak mo nag-aaral, paano kayo hahanap ng sulok na tahimik, right? So, yan ang consideration dyan, okay? Uh, Kasi online teaching includes putting a light source, yun pa, yung light source behind your head and setting up the camera para kailangan kasi nakikita kayo. So, yung ibang nag-aaral sa cellphone, yun. Nowadays talaga, ang ating mga cellphone ay little computers na rin, kaya nga smartphone yan, right? Pero, ang importante pa rin, yung connectivity. Tsaka yun, kahit na cellphone ang gamit, saan sila mag-aaral? Dapat quiet place. Pero kung isang bedroom lang nga, doon na lahat, kumakain, nag-aaral, nagtatrabaho, mahirap. Okay? Ano pang sunod? Provide different learning options, okay? Mga guro, mga eskwelahan. Getting all your students, kunyari, into a video conference for live lectures and discussions is great, but not every student will have the ability to participate. Isipin nyo yan, okay? Maybe kasi yung internet nila, hindi kaya yung streaming ng video. Kaya nga, di ba, yan ang naging problema sa mga nagle-lecture na teacher online, ng live, kunyari Skype or via Zoom. Minsan nagagaralgal or nag-freeze kasi nga mahina ang signal. Kaya nag-suffer talaga ang quality ng education eh. Whether it's ano talaga modular or lalong-lalo na yung online. Pag mapangit ang signals, nagsasalita ang teacher, hindi mo naiintindihan. Nagiging garbled yung message, nagiging garbled. Or even if video na yung pinapanood mo, hindi mo ma-upload or ma-download ng mabuti kasi hindi kaya ng memory ng cellphone mo. Ang daming naging problema, right? And we are still experiencing that now. And of course, it all boils down to connectivity, right? Tsaka yun na nga yung data na ginagamit mo, whether Wi-Fi or sa phone mo, right? Or sa nakalan ka. Uh, Kaya nga, not every student will be capable of joining those group online meetings or lessons. Kasi nga, maybe yung internet hindi kaya. Tsaka, maybe they need to share the computer with siblings in different grade levels. Yun ang problema dun eh. Giving students more than one way to participate in discussions and complete assignments will allow them to figure out what works best for the situation. Ang naging solusyon ng mga iba dyan, yung mga chat rooms, private chat rooms, messenger chat rooms, WhatsApp, Viber. Okay, sometimes doon nila pinapa-migrate yung mga estudyante na nag-uusap-usap between them to work on projects together. Pero ang mahirap din talaga yung video conference. Nowadays, of course, ang naging effective dyan Google Teams, tsaka yung Zoom, pero again, ang ano pa rin ang bottom line is connectivity, right? Tapos, ito yung sinabi ko, create shorter content, di ba? Lalo na isa ng mga nagmo-modular learning. Maawa naman kayo sa sobrang dami activity pinapagawa niyo sa estudyante. Consider nyo nga yung fact na hindi ito face-to-face learning, right? Yun na nga eh, masyado kasi minadali lahat. Of course, it takes time to prepare, to create shorter content, ibahin yung curriculum niya, ibahin yung pagtuturo, ibahin yung material. That takes time kinailangan na ngang gawin kasi nga sinarado na yung mga eskwela more than a year na. So, pero nalaman na natin yung mga problemang hinarap natin tong past year, dapat inaayos na natin ngayon yung mga materials para sa mga bata. Create shorter content kasi learning at home can be very difficult for many students and actually it is. My own son is a perfect example talaga. Sinasabi niya sa akin yung kanyang learning impediment, di ba? Whether matalino yung anak mo or hindi, pero nasa sa attitude sa pag-aral, right? Pero yun, talagang sinasabi, binibigyan niya ako ng feedback, mahirap, mahirap yung pag-aaral online. Kasi nga, most of the time, they are left on their own to study the material. Yun na nga eh, hindi na nga daw nag-check ng attendance. Ateneo po ito ha, hindi nag-check ng attendance, at the end of the day, results ang importante. Kung magagawa mo yung binigay sa yung activity, sa time na pinabigay sa yung ginagawa, bahala si Batman, bahala kayo sa buhay niyo kung paano niyo go about that. Yun na nga eh, nawala yung, kahit na online yan, dapat meron pa ring interactivity or you can confer with your teacher, with your colleagues. So, kagaya, ito, and i-compare ko to sa modular education ito based on sa pag-interview ko dun sa anak ng aking fiancé at the same time sa ibang tao, like yung modules, they are given eight modules to learn in a week. At yung 8 modules na yon, meron between 3 to 5 activities each module. Masyadong marami. The students are stressed because they have a timetable. They have to submit it every end of the week na tapusin lahat yon. So kahit nasa bahay sila nag-aaral, yung time nila talaga, di-devote nila many hours para tapusin yon. At saka, yun na nga yung kinuwento natin ng isang araw, dahil dyan, yung mga yung motivation din na naapektuhan eh. Hindi na because gusto mo mag-aral eh. Gusto mo lang makakomply, di ba? Gusto mo lang tapusin yung mga requirements. That's why, yun na nga, nag-result yan minsan dun sa academic dishonesty. Yung nagpapagawa ka ng homework, nagpapagawa ka ng assignments sa ibang tao, binabayaran mo. Kasi ang daming pinagagawa. Nasa stress yung estudyante kung kailan nila pwedeng tapusin, right? So, create shorter content, right? Kasi learning at home can be difficult, especially with siblings and other family members at home. Yun na nga, hindi ka lang nag-iisang nag-aaral. Meron kang mga kapatid or tsaka meron kang maraming kasama sa bahay. Yung attention mo, yung distractions, ang dami. The distractions like television, video games, Netflix, tsaka mga pati cellphone. Keep your students engaged by creating lessons that are short and sweet. Utang na loob, papabasahin mo ng 400, 500 page documents sa isang araw, tapos meron pang activity, please, mga guro, ating mga or educators, ayusin natin yung materials natin. Nag-aaral tayo online. Ibang-iba ang face-to-face material kesa sa online because kailangan mo yan streamline di ba? Tsaka at the same time, para wag ding maging boring para sa estudyante, kailangan mo ring maging maganda yung mga presentations mo, right? So I don't see the names of the people that are with me today. So maraming salamat ulit sa mga nakatutok at nakikinig sa atin. Okay? Pinapag-usapan po natin kung paano makakatulong maging effective ang online learning kasi nga nasa-stress na ang mga estudyante natin. Okay? Alright. Okay, think about how you can break down lectures into bite-sized pieces and find shorter worksheets, videos, or crafty assignments that students can complete quickly. Wag mo namang parusahan sa pagbibigay ng mga hundreds and hundreds of pages to read. Tapos, many activities to do in a day. 3 to 5 activities for one module. Isipin nyo naman yon, okay? Tapos ano pa? Assign group and pair work, okay? Ang mga estudyante need social interaction more than ever. So kahit na nag-aaral sila online, i-engage na sila, yun na nga, na mag-group activity, whether in their own chat rooms or social media sites. Help your students stay connected to their peers. Assign small group projects or partner projects, di ba? Encourage nyo ang mga matatandang estudyante to reach out to group members or partners to connect at a time and through a medium that they are all comfortable with. Ayun nga, nowadays, there's Viber, there's WhatsApp, of course, there's Messenger. Ang Messenger ngayon, pwede ka na mag-create ng room, okay? Pwede ka na mag-create ng room para doon kayo mag-privately meet at chat at mag-share ng information, right? Tapos din sa Japan, merong Line. Sa China, may WeChat. So, iba-ibang platform. Pero, bigyan nyo sila ng ways para makapag-group together and connect. Okay? In a medium na komportable sila. Alright? Ano pa? Use online resources. Yeah. One of the biggest benefits of switching to a remote learning model is that you have access to a huge array of online apps that can inject fun, okay, manage your classroom, and communicate more effectively with your students. Sa Amerika, sa Japan, whatever, maraming mga apps na pwedeng maging interactive or mag-engage sa estudyante, okay? Itong mga apps na to is like Additio, Additio, tsaka Class Dojo, DOJO. It can help you manage your classroom and communicate more effectively sa inyong mga estudyante. Apps like Study Blue and Haiku Deck, Haiku Deck, give your students new ways to learn and present assignments, okay? Marami pa dyan, yung Storia, Storia, yung Smithsonian's National Zoo, tsaka yung NASA app. Sa Amerika, ang dami nilang app for learning na actually pwede na rin nating apply o gamitin dito. They are all excellent for offering great information to include in your lessons, di ba? Kaya lang kasi gawin yung fun yung lessons, lalo na yung sa mga younger na nag-aaral. Di ba? Para wag sila mabore. Good morning, Joey Ortiz, ang aking colleague dito sa Broad Streamcast Communicators. Good morning. Ayan, nakita ko na yung pangalan. Kasi talaga, delayed palagi yung pag-akyat ng name. I don't know how I can what do you call this? Remedy that, pero ganun talaga every day. I see the name sometimes tapos na yung programa sa aakyat yung mga pangalan. But anyway, thank you Joey Ortiz for joining me today. So ano pa? Mga guro, mga eskwelahan, mix up your lessons, okay? The most important way that I found to engage learners during online sessions is to regularly be changing what they are doing, di ba? Para wag silang mabore, di ba? Be creative about your lessons. Offer up a short lecture, diba? Kunyari, followed by a group breakout session. Diba? Kung paano kayo doon sa face-to-face, pwede rin yun yung magawa yan, okay, online. So, huwag niyong habaan masyado yung mga lecture. Kasi nga, di ba, in the beginning, nakakaloka, sabi ng anak ko, video, manonood ka ng video, bahala na. Tapos, nagbe-video, tapos, pangit yung internet. Most of the time, hindi mo na naintindihan yung half ng lecture kasi nga gumagalgal or nag-freeze yung frame mo, di ba? So, offer up a short lecture, kunyari, followed by a group breakout session. Ask the students to explain what they discussed in the lessons, di ba? Gawin mo interactive, hindi yung, sorry nakikita mo yung teacher once a week, hindi pa kayo nag-check ng attendance, tapos bibigyan kayo ng project, bahala si Batman, tapusin nyo to, so, isubmit nyo sa week or whatever date sinabi ng teacher. Nasa na yung di ba, human touch doon? Di ba? Sorry hindi ko naman inaano, pero talaga, di ba? Lalo na, mahal-mahal ng tuition, online learning, wala namang diniscount. Pero ganun, parang nag-suffer talaga yung quality ng education na binibigay. Sorry, pero that's what it's boiling down to, right? And it's hindi lang sa Pilipinas naman yan eh. People all over the world who are learning online are experiencing that and they notice that. Pero dapat talaga kasi better materials and better ways of teaching online, right? Yung teacher kahit na virtual, please engage your students and be there for your students to confer with. Hindi yung bibigyan nyo lang ng assignment, bibigyan nyo ng project, hindi kayo nag-check ng attendance, bahala, okay, gawin nyo to. Lalong na wala yung motivation na nagdidwindle, di ba? Yung interest na mag-aral, nababawasan lalo because wala ka namang dun eh. Wala ka namang kausap na parang real life, di ba? Bibigyan lang kayo ng bahalang panoodin mo yan. But, so mix up your lessons, okay? Ask students to explain, kunyari, kung para malaman mo na dapat yan, di ba? Para malaman mo na nakatutok sila or na iniintindihan nila yung lesson. Every now and then, you engage them. Make it interactive, okay? Kunyari, so ano pa? Next tip ko is create a community, okay? It's easy to develop a community within a physical classroom where students get to see, hear, and interact with each other. It takes a little more work, but you can still develop a strong sense of community within your online classroom to better engage students. Talaga naman di ba? Ang dami-dami ngayon chat rooms, whatever. So, also create a community of learning, of a learning community sa iyong mga estudyante, okay? They can still develop a strong sense of community within your online classrooms para to better engage them, okay? Start by moving classroom traditions online, okay? Kunyari, elementary school teacher, magaling ka maggawa ng mga games. You can do this online too. You can also celebrate birthdays with cute GIFs or 'di ba? Nowadays na uso yung virtual parties para sa mga university students where everybody brings their drink kunyari or food at nagpa-party sila online. You can do this. You can also celebrate birthdays lalo sa mga elementary, sa mga kindergarten by leading your students in class songs and dances. Tapos kunyari kakain kayo, right? Hello there, Jane Cruz. Welcome to the show, Miss Jane Cruz. Thank you very much for joining me today. Ngayon ko lang po nakita yung pangalan nyo. Pasensya na. All right, thank you very much. So we're still on the subject of distance learning, specifically online learning. Sinasabi ko po kung paano magiging more effective yung mga pagtuturo ng eskwela at saka ng mga teachers. Ito na tayo sa susunod kong tip. Be proactive, okay? Reach out to your students every now and then, right? Every so often, right? uh, in order to help your students learn, okay, you need to understand yung kanilang sitwasyon, right? The unique situation that we are all in, dapat mo yung maintindihan, okay? Na hindi na ito classroom setup namin face-to-face. So, intindihin nyo yung kanilang impediments. Intindihin nyo yung sitwasyon ng batang nag-aaral, kung nasan sila nag-aaral, kung anong kondisyon ng kanilang pag-aaral. Circumstances change. So what may seem doable in week 1 may not be true in week 4. For example, yung student mo may have to share a laptop with mga kapatid niya, di ba? And may not be able to make it all scheduled video meetings. Totoo. Yun na naman yun, yung mga gadgets, yung mga gamit. Kung iisa lang ang desktop, iisa lang ang laptop, tapos nag-schedule kayo ng Zoom meeting, mag-absent yung estudyante nyo, maging flexible kayo kasi nga, sa situation or condition ng kanilang studying environment. So, maging flexible naman tayo, please po. Okay? Maybe, kunyari, another student's parents, kunyari, is one of the people who lost their jobs in this pandemic. And the student isn't feeling anxious about the family situation. That's why, as a teacher, nowadays, especially in this pandemic, we have to be more mindful. We have to be more caring. We have to be more do you call this sympathetic over our students' learning abilities, okay? By understanding a student's circumstances, okay, you can help them thrive or cope up with distance learning in this pandemic situation by understanding the challenges that they face, di ba? Ano pa? Create individual learning plans. Ano ibig sabihin, okay? Kasi nga, every student's situation is different, okay? Your expectations must match each student's current capability, right? Kasi nga, case to case, di ba? Yung mga mag-aaral mo, hindi pare-pareho ang buhay, hindi pare-pareho ang circumstances. Like, even if, kunyari, kahit na Ateneo yung itong skwelang to, kahit na ano, even if these schools, some of these students, the parents have lost their jobs, okay? Some of these nag-aaral sa Ateneo Scholar, hindi naman lahat, di ba, have private access to their funds to use para makapag-aral. May mga magulang naman talaga na talagang nagkakandakuba para mapaaral ang mga anak nila yun nga, sa mga eskwela na ganito or to have them study per se, right? So create individual learning plans, all right? Individual learning plans na pwedeng i-adapt nyo yung inyong teaching at expectations depende sa abilidad ng mag-aral ng inyong mga estudyante. This is especially true for students with learning disabilities pa, okay? Who may struggle even more when learning in a remote environment. And this holds true for both online learning tsaka modular learning. Kaya nga, di ba, ang nangyari, yung sa modular learning, kasi hindi sila online, meron pa ring physical interaction ang teacher, ang estudyante, at saka yung magulang. Kasi nga, yung modules, ibibigay mo yan sa magulang. Kukunin nila yan whether sa eskwela or magme-meet kayo sa isang place na convenient for both of you para iabot nyo yung handouts, yung physical activity sheets or learning materials. Tapos, sa end of the week, ang magulang naman, isasabit yun sa teacher, babalik. Pero yun nga, doon nagkaroon ng risk ng infection, di ba? Kasi may face-to-face ano pa rin kayo, interaction. Pero, at the same time naman, ang naging problema doon, right, para kasing nowadays, di ba, parang hina-homeschool natin mga anak natin. Pero paano nga yan, kung yung magulang na siya yung partner ng teacher sa pagtuturo, kasi wala siya doon, is hindi capable of teaching the student. Especially kung ang mga magulang, kunyari, hindi nakapagtapos, hindi nakapag-aral, hindi niya maintindihan or explain or ituro yung material na yon sa anak niya. Paano kung dalawang magulang nagtatrabaho, walang magmamonitor sa pag-aaral ng modular or even online ng estudyante? That is why napunta yung burden talaga nitong remote learning mas lalo sa both magulang tsaka guro. Right? Do you agree? Talaga naman eh. Lalo na yung mga magulang talaga, nagkaroon pa sila ng making more effort, extra effort to not only go about their daily activities as a parent or when you're working, but yun na nga, nagkaroon ka pa ng isang uh, responsibility na i-monitor yung pag-aaral ng anak mo or turuan, much less yung anak mo. Nagkaroon tuloy ng mga pangyayari na yung magulang na ang gumagawa ng homework. Kasi ikaw ay nagtuturo tapos ang dami-daming gagawin ng anak mo activities. Sometimes it ends up the parents do the work or yung mas matandang kapatid ginagawa yung homework ng kapatid niya, right? So create individual learning plans, 'di ba? Maging flexible kayo, okay? Mga guro, mga eskwela. Then, of course, provide office hours, okay? Make yourself available to students at a consistent time and day. Hindi yung bibigay niyo yung activity tapos bahala na. Hindi naman kayo makatawagan, hindi kayo makausap. Email me, ganyan yung mga teacher. Email the teacher and see if she answers or not. But please make yourself available to students at a consistent time and day so they can reach out to you if they have questions or problems they need to discuss. Be accessible naman to the students. Not every student feels comfortable asking questions during class, even if it's virtual or face-to-face, right? Alam natin yun. Meron mga mahiyain. So make yourself available, whether it's email or to message you. Mag-set kayo ng time and hours to be available and accessible to your students, okay? Especially kasi yung mga tahimik, mga introverted students, hindi sila mag-speak out whether it's face-to-face class, di ba? Pati virtual class. So, make yourself available, please. So, kasi by setting up office hours, you can offer a safe way for students to let you know about their challenges or sa mga, kung ano man yung mga misgivings nila about studying remotely. Okay? Nako, wala tayong inumin. Nadadry na yung aking throat. Kasi yung aircon nakatutok sa akin. Medyo maghihingi lang ako ng water sa aking better half. Please lang, thank you so much. Yan. Ayan. Thank you so much. Very good. My throat is getting a little bit dry because I've been speaking for the last 3 hours kasi kanina nag-lesson ako. Thank you. Say hi. Very good. Thank you, baby. Okay, so ano pa? Let parents know how they can get involved, right? Okay? Don't forget that many parents are also at home with their students, right? Especially nga itong pandemic. Yung iba, working from home, di ba, yung mga magulang. Yung iba naman, uh, are full-time sa bahay, like yung mga housewives, okay? So they have extra time to participate in their students' learning process. At para naman sa daddy or mommy na working from home, yun na nga, pag may free time sila, pwede nilang tulungan yung anak nila. As you develop your online learning plans, think of ways how parents can assist. Paano sila makakatulong if they want to, kung meron silang oras. Though always make sure students can complete assignments on their own. Kasi nga, ang nangyayari, it ends up sometimes yung magulang na tuloy ang tumatapos ng activity or gumagawa ng homework. Kasi ang dami nila kasing sabay-sabay. Pag na-overwhelm yung anak, naaawa, sila nang gagawa. For example, okay, you can provide supplementary resources, videos or activities related to your lessons that parents can do with their children. Yun lang. Tulungan nyo lang silang tulungan isa't isa. Okay? Tapos ano pa? Solicit feedback. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin? Online learning kasi is a whole new world for most teachers and students. Okay? Pero like that, more than a year already that we're doing online learning and remote learning, dapat we took this time, di ba? Naging natin yan eh, testing ground itong past year. Right? Nagkaroon naman, of course, na maraming problema. Marami ring pag-aaral, marami ring learnings na nabigay sa atin. The majority of teachers all over the world had little time to plan or prepare before their schools were closed kasi nga minadali, talaga naman. And their students were sent home. Okay, use online surveys to assess how your students are responding to your online teaching. This is a good opportunity to ask about specific struggles and to solicit ideas and suggestions. Ayan, maggawa kayo ng mga poll, di ba? May mga app naman dyan para lang i-engage yung students nyo, para makita nyo, at makita nyo yung feedbacks. Use the social media analytics. Use those analytics, those apps, those programs na pwede kayong makakuha ng feedback. Di ba? Ask your students for feedback and receive instant responses so you can create a better online experience for your students. Okay? Okay. So marami pa tayong pwedeng pag-usapan, right? Pero yan, ang pinag-usapan lang natin ngayon is how teachers and schools can effectively practice e-learning or online learning. Pati na rin sa modular, okay? How to improve student engagement in virtual classrooms, all right? We will talk about that also, okay, tomorrow. But merong nag-text, no? Sabi nila kasi itong pag-aaral online or remote learning brought about a lot of stress sa mga estudyante. Totoo yan, okay? But how can they manage stress ng online learning? How can the students feel better and work smarter under these stressful conditions, all right? Pursuing kasi an online education is para sa mga professionals. It's an appealing endeavor kasi ang online education, di ba? Sa Amerika, matagal na namin yung nagagawa at ino-offer di ba? Ang online education. Pero itong nangyari sa atin ngayon ay napilit, okay? People were forced to go online and study or do remote learning, okay? It's not easy, okay? But how can we make e-learning super effective? All right? Kagaya nga nitong aking, how can we make e-learning effective? Right? That's what we've been talking about. Kunyari, when your job is to ensure, okay, mga guro, mga eskwela, that your students, okay, under your care are learning their prescribed coursework as efficiently and quickly as possible, it is essential to provide each person flexibility and convenience. Diba? Ayan na nga yung sinabi ko kanina. That's why ang mga teacher at ang mga eskwela, dapat sila maging flexible at convenient. Okay? Dapat flexibility and convenience is key. This flexibility and convenience will make your school or institution more streamlined, as well as it will be opening your doors to more students who may not be able to go to school in a traditional brick and mortar environment. Hindi na nga yun eh. Talagang hindi na nga talaga sila nakakapasok sa normal school. This is of course possible. You can do this through e-learning platforms. Yun na nga, mga learning management systems. Nowadays, ang daming, because of the pandemic, marami na rin ino-offer ng online courses. Even the top Ivy League universities are offering online courses. Like Harvard has, yung mga ibang universities, they have online courses, right? Because they offer online courses to students who can learn at their own pace, okay? Often referred to as distance learning, these courses are delivered over the internet to somewhere other than the classroom where the professor is teaching, okay? Pero ayun na nga, itong sa pag-online learning, ano mga components na involved in e-learning, okay? Kung ikaw ay bago pa sa pag-aaral online, ito ang mga major components na dapat niyong i-consider, okay? Na dapat din consider ng ginawa nating online. Course structure, ito ang nangyari dyan, diba? Hindi natin masyadong na-prepare or naging ready yung ating materials. All of the material must be presented coherently in a digital format online. Yan ang ating naging malaking hurdle. Dahil nga, di ba, agad-agad nagsara ang mga eskwelahan, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, all over the world, sa Amerika din. And the materials were not all ready, okay? Una-una, yung paglalagay sa lessons or modules or curriculum into a digital format online. Kinailangan niya ng expertise because hindi ang mga guro lahat marunong gumawa ng PowerPoint, maglagay ng mga graphics or make their presentations interactive. So, kinailangan ng mga eskwela, yun, mag-hire ng mga graphic artists or professionals to do that, to transfer the materials, to make it into a digital format. And you will do this most efficiently when you have a well-developed course structure that takes the students through the curriculum. Hindi nga ganun yung nangyari dahil minadali. The advice from an instructional design expert is to keep your modules, ayan, to 10 pages or less. Ayan sa gumagawa ng modules. I-confine nyo sa 10 pahina or less, since shorter chunks will be digested more easily by the students. Diba? Bumabalik ka sa sinabi ko kanina. Make bite-sized lessons, diba? Putulin nyo, chop nyo para maging maiksi. Hindi yung mahahabang text, mahahabang lecture. Di ba? Natulog na yung estudyante nyo or kumakain or tumayo. Kasi, di ba, yung mga ibang virtual classes, you don't even have to be on camera. My son, lesson sila, 3 oras yun ng lesson. Hindi ka kailangan magpakita, hindi ka required. Basta yung pangalan mo nakababad doon sa Zoom. Pag nag-check ng attendance, if mag-check ng attendance, sinabi mo, yeah, I'm here. So, in between that, kung hindi interesting yung material mo, pwedeng nanood na ng Netflix yung estudyante mo or lumabas sandali, babalik after 3 hours yung klase mo Pwedeng umalis na yun, kumain sa Jollibee, tapos bumalik, hindi mo nalalaman. So, please, make your materials engaging. Keep your modules to 10 pages or less. Diba? Like I said, kasi ang mas shorter chunks of information or lessons will be digested easier. Diba? Software solution. Ano pa yan? Students are accustomed to using software interfaces that are intuitive and easy to use. Okay? Ensure that the e-learning platform you work with is flexible enough to include all of your curricula and identify features that help to deliver courses better, such as, of course, internet connectivity, yung cloud backup, among others, before you purchase an online learning tool. Dapat yung inyong learning management system is adaptable. Okay? Meron ba tayong mga katanungan? Please, feel free to field your questions here in this forum po. Pwede nyo i-type yung questions nyo online, makikita ko, pwede ko sagutin. And of course, or message me sa Facebook ko or sa Messenger ko, or send it through Broadstreamcast Communicators, yung mga tanong nyo, at nasagutin po namin as best as we can. Okay? Para dun po sa mga makakamiss itong live broadcast namin, live stream program namin, ang Broadstreamcast Communicators po ay meron na po kaming YouTube channel. So, pwede nyong balikan ang aming mga past episodes. Pwede nyong i-repaso or i-review yung mga past episodes na gusto nyong i-review. So, please find us on YouTube, Broadstreamcast Communicators, and like and subscribe po para po matulungan kami pang to reach a bigger expanse, wider audience, para po mabigyan namin ng karagdagang kaalaman tungkol sa mga topics po namin at mga subject matters na pinapag-usapan po namin bawat show namin. So thank you so much po for those who support us since the beginning. Nasa YouTube na po tayo. Please like and subscribe. Okay. So going back to what I was saying, how to help the students, okay, not be stressed, right? Okay? And how we can make these elements work together, okay? Okay, how do we make e-learning effective? Okay, yun pa. So, yung software solution, makakasabi ko lang. When your job, di ba, kung ikaw as a guro or eskwelahan, when your job is to ensure that students under your care are learning their prescribed coursework as efficiently and quickly as possible, it is essential to provide each person, of course, ulitin ko, flexibility and convenience, di ba? Lalo na, kagaya na sabi ko kanina, alamin natin yung circumstances ng ating mag-aaral. We have to be more mindful as a guro or as a eskwela or ang DepEd. Dapat nyo pong maintindihan na iba-ibang circumstances ng bawat nag-aaral. Hindi lahat pare-pareho yung kabuhayan. Hindi lahat pare-pareho yung pamumuhay. So, dapat ang ating mga eskwelahan ay maging more flexible and to make things convenient para sa nag-aaral. Okay? Sunod, usability. Okay? Dapat yung sistemang ginagamit is also simple to use, right? Students have limited time beyond reading, studying, and taking tests and will be somewhat unwilling to learn how to use a clunky e-learning software system that drags them down. Make it user-friendly po, yung platform na pagkagamitan nyo o yung learning management system na pinili nyo. Okay? Ito pa, content management. Okay? The most fact-filled curriculum will not do your students much good if it is not engaging them on every level. Yun na nga yung sinasabi ko. Dapat yung digital format na ginawa nyo are engaging, interactive, tsaka interesting para sa nag-aaral. Kasi wala na nga sila sa physical classroom eh. Nakikita nila yung videos nyo, tsaka yung PowerPoint nyo. Gawin yung interesting at engaging para yung motivation nila mag-aral. Mas tumaas yung motivation kasi nagkakaroon talaga ng demotivation at talagang yung interest or yung willingness mag-aral nabawasan dahil nga sa online, okay? Dahil ang daming distractions, lalo na pag sa bahay talaga. See to it that the content is relevant and speaks to the needs of the students as they pursue their online learning, okay? Ito pa, ang importante of course sa mga teacher, no? Technology is important to know, pero hindi nga lahat ng mga guro ay tech savvy. That's why we took this time of the pandemic also. Not only just kung tinatrain tayo sa eskwela, ang dami ngayon things that, that a teacher can do to equip herself better. You can also have training online. Marami dyan po, mga YouTube training. Ang dami na pwede nyong turuan ang sarili nyo maging more effective online teachers, okay? So tech is important, but at the heart of all leading educational system are the instructors, okay? Ang mga guro natin must demonstrate a passion for teaching and have a genuine interest in helping students develop their minds and learn how to learn better. So kaya nga, paano maging effective online teachers kung hindi mo nga talaga alam pa ang technology at hindi mo alam i-run yung PowerPoint mo or gumawa ng mga materials. That's why nga, itong past year has been the testing ground. Yun nga mga teachers that kinailangan i-train dahil hindi nila alam gamitin yun at pati yung platform na paggagamitan. Okay? What are the challenges for the instructors? Marami. Some issues that instructors face in making valuable courses, okay? Ito ang mga kinaharap nilang problema. Plagiarism by students, right? Students, kasi nga hindi mo nakikita ang mga student mo sa harap mo. Pag binibigyan kanila ng answers na questions or when writing their essays, ang pag-aaral online talaga, ang akibat niyan talaga is academic dishonesty. Diba? Honor system na lang yan kasi hindi mo sila nakikita eh. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, bawal yung i-google yung sagot, bawal yung i-google, hindi nyo naman nakikita yung mga tabs na bukas ng estudyante nyo, kung ilang tabs siya nandiyan dyan, kung anong ginagawa nyo doon sa ibang mga windows na yan, right? So talaga, nagkaroon tayo ng plagiarism by students. Pag sulat nila ng essay, mag-cut and paste na lang sila from other material na easily nilang makukuha online. It will be harder for instructors to detect the plagiarism, not unless they are tech savvy, that nowadays may mga software na yan na pwedeng i-determine kung saan kinuha ng estudyante. Pero my God, it's an extra effort for the teacher's part, right, to do that and investigate every picture, every word that the students has submitted, okay? So ano to knowledge versus practicality. Another challenge para sa mga guro is to answer the question, how much of what the student has learned online? Diba? Kaano siya natuto? Diba? Can he or she apply this in the real world? Yan ang mga katanungan eh. Kagaya ng anak ko, tinatanong ko palagi, di ba? Para sabi niya talaga, it's really different. Making connections when not face-to-face, okay? Forging bonds between the student and the instructor as well as among the students when the work is all done online. Dapat pa rin kayo mag-foster ng video or online relationships, okay? So, okay, we have reached almost the end part of our lesson. Okay, there's still much to be talked about, especially in how to make things easier sa ating mga nag-aaral online, both coming from the teacher and the student and the parents, okay? Tomorrow I will give more tips to make e-learning super effective para sa mga eskwelahan at sa mga teacher, okay? I will talk about that more, okay? How we can, because these days people are accustomed to doing research and going online while they're out and about using laptop, tablet, or any smartphone. Yun na nga, gadgets pa rin ang katapat eh. Pero yun na nga, sa mga nag-aaral online na hindi naman masyadong equipped or funded or masyang manadong finances to buy all the bells and whistles and gadgets that you need for online learning, they have to make do with what they have, like a cellphone lang or isang tablet na sinishare pa lang sa mga kapatid. Tsaka naka-data sila, ang ginagamit nilang internet, yung data sa telepono nila. So, I will talk about more of that tomorrow. Patuloy natin pag-uusapan tong online learning and its effectivity or how we can do it better and how to make it more efficient. Okay? Maraming salamat po sa for those who joined me today. Okay? And how to make e-learning effective. Ayan po ang ating topic today. At mag-ano pa rin bukas yan kasi nasa ano tayo, e-learning or specifically online learning, right? I have spoken about how the teachers can help make that more efficient. And patuloy po natin yung pag-usapan bukas. Meron po ditong katanungan, sabi nila, okay, anong ginagawa daw dito sa Philippines ng ating DepEd to help make it better ang e-learning. Well, nadaanan ko niyan last week about that. Pero sige, i-review ko rin po yan para masagot yung inyong katanungan, right? I-repaso natin yan through the week. But thank you so much for everyone who joined me today, okay? We're into the subject of efficient online learning or how to make e-learning more effective. We're going to talk about that more po bukas. And of course, again, happy birthday to Gia, to Gia Wells, my elementary and college, my friend for life, Gia Wells in America. Happy birthday to you, Gia. Yagi ang tawag ko sa kanya. Happy birthday also to, ano pa ba yung listahan ko? Basta minention ko na yung kanina. Happy birthday, Cherry. Serious belated happy birthday, Cherry. Happy birthday, Sarah de la Rosa Garcia de la Rosa. But anyway, all the July celebrants, happy birthday to you guys. And of course, wag natin pong kalilimutan sa lahat ng nangyayari sa atin sa buhay. At the end of the day, 3 things should remain in our lives. And that is faith, okay? Pananampalataya, hope, pag-asa, tsaka love, okay? Spread love everywhere. Send and share love, you know. It doesn't hurt to be loving to everybody and caring, okay? Because especially in this pandemic, where we are all in this together, of course, kaakibat natin ang Panginoon sa lahat ng ating nangyayari sa buhay. Thank you very much for joining me today. Of course, I'd like to thank, of course, the Lacap family for always supporting me. And of course, my Bautista family. I was so happy to be able to talk to my siblings, okay? Miss na miss ko na po sila, yung aking mga Manila friends and family. But anyway, thank you so much. Okay? Have a good day po. Happy Tuesday, everyone. And I hope you have a good lunch. Okay? At bukas po, patuloy pa natin pag-uusapan how to efficiently do online learning. Tips natin para sa mga guro at mga eskwelahan. And how to make e-learning more effective. Okay? Babalik po tayo bukas with the same topic. Thank you very much for joining me. At maraming salamat po. Have a good day, everyone.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Streamcast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.